Once again, this is Orisha Matosa, Ekbesemirone. I live on 15324 South Holland, Illinois. And, you know, like I said, I'm 23. This is my first town hall meeting. And I think one of the important things that you actually mentioned yourself, Supervisor, is that, you know, men lie, women lie, but numbers don't, data doesn't. So I understand that this body is saying that by law, we're only obligated to publish these numbers in the clerk's office 48 hours prior or hand it out. But it's worthwhile to evaluate policy as opposed to law. So like my question would be, you know, you want civic engagement, especially from the youth, but isn't it worthwhile taking good faith actions that will actually lead to an increased amount of engagement? So for example, one of the questions that I actually asked, and I didn't necessarily get a clear answer, obviously, you know, fill in the blanks, I got the answer, was that, hey, if this is information that is being readily produced, it's clear that we have a database that has these numbers that we're, you know, using to concatenate all this information. Why isn't that being published online for increased accessibility? You know, this is what I mean by good faith actions. You say that you want us to be civically engaged. You say that you want us to be showing up and be present in these meetings, but from my first meeting at Thornton Township, it seems like there's actions that are being taken that are at the detriment of the citizens of this township. So the one thing that I really do want to advocate is just for transparency, visibility. You know, I'm a firm believer that the internet lies. You know, you can look on the internet and they'll say 1,000,000+1 things. And I'm a firm believer that if we only looked at people as the summations of all their faults, you know, all of us would be sinners. But the reality of the situation is that it's important for us as a community to be engaged. And in order to engage the community, we need access to data. Now, I'm also going to bring up another topic that wasn't necessarily mentioned here, but I do have a genuine question about crime. You know, I'm 23 years old, but my dad has been here for about 28 years. He owns his home. And especially in the past few years, the proliferation of crime has been rampant. You know, just on Ingleside Avenue, my sister got her car stolen right in front of her house. Just 2 days ago, there was robbers walking down Ingleside Avenue doing petty theft, opening all the cars on the street. It was only by God's grace that a police officer pulled around the corner. And the reality of the situation is the police officers ultimately let them go. There was 2 men there. They only talked to one because the second one ran through the back of our backyard and ran to Drexel. I'm sure they rendezvoused at the park that, if you guys exit towards Sibley, you know that park right there. So my question would be, I would love to know, because I do want to be, especially as a youth member, someone who actually, especially since I graduated college and actually have a high-paying job and I've started actually contributing to taxes, I want to know when the next conversation or referendum pertaining crime and how we resolve crime and also how we mitigate future crime could occur. Because, yeah, we could talk about financials, but I also do care about safety. I care about the safety of my community. I care about the safety of my neighbors. And it seems time and time again, there's been a degradation of safety within our communities. I don't know if anybody else feels that, but being a youth person myself, seeing, you know, growing up in this neighborhood, I've seen what it was when I was 4, 5, 6, and I can see what it is now that I'm 23. So those are my only comments.